Sometimes I think I drink my water too fast, and so I want to make sure I didn't do that today. Turn this down just a little bit so it's not overbearing on our devotional today. We've had such a good week. God renews what you surrender. God renews what you surrender. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Verse today comes from Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. The Lord will renew our strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. We think of a majestic eagle and how strong that bird is. They will run and not grow weary. Imagine running a marathon and not getting tired. And they will walk and not be faint. Father, I surrender what I have been carrying in my own strength, and I receive the renewal only that you can give. Sometimes we put more on us than we think we can handle, although he tells us in his scripture and his word that he will never put more on us than we can handle. We try to put on ourselves more, and then we try to shoulder that burden by ourselves. I grow thinking about teams and how teams is more people doing the same and we're stronger together. I think about this group and the folks that we spend time every morning with and talking to and feeding into and growing with. That if we continue to just imagine how strong we can get if we are doing something together. Father, I surrender what I have been carrying on my own strength, and I receive the renewal that only you can give. There is a kind of tired that sleep cannot fix. There is a kind of weariness that sleep cannot fix. A kind of empty that productivity cannot fill, and a kind of depletion that no vacation, no weekend, and no amount of self-care can fully restore. The world will tell us that we need to take care of ourselves, which is simply true, that we need to go on a retreat by ourselves, or we need to just make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. That in order for us to be fully restored, we have to make sure that we depend on ourselves. Well, I'm telling you that is an exhaustion that sometimes can't be filled by just caring for ourselves. It is an exhaustion that comes from carrying it in your own strength that was probably only ever meant to be carried in God, in what God would have for us. And like I said, we try to put it on us, and then we try to carry it alone, and then we wonder why we can't ever feel like have strength within it. We feel so tired. God does not renew what you hold on to. He renews what you surrender. There's a reason that I bolded that I put that together so that you can see it this morning, because God does not renew what you try to hold on to. We have a saying that we say these days that I don't ever remember a saying when I was a kid, especially on the teams and the places that I participated. It was like, I got this, I got this, I got this. I don't know if you've ever heard that or if you've ever said that. I know I've said it millions of times. I got this, don't worry, I got this. When I think about this, I don't got anything. Well, God and me have something together, and the team and the people that I'm around have something together, but me trying to do things on my own is just a sign that I'm that I'm fooling myself and I'm deranged in my belief system to think that I do things all by myself, or that I'm putting something on me that I possibly can't carry. Can you help me here? Can you work with me here? Can you support me in this moment? And it is in that moment that you truly release the burden you have been with white-knuckling through. They say that you're working so hard that your knuckles turn white, right? When you're white-knuckling through life, something supernatural happens. Strength returns, clarity returns, hope returns, not because your circumstances change, but because the weight shifted from your shoulders to the only one strong enough to carry it from you. Have you ever played that game? We did it as a PE teacher or a coach where, as we were in there, or sometimes we just did it like at camp or when we were in bigger groups, and it was called the tug of war. And in the tug of war, we would grab a rope, and on that rope that we would pick sides, and we put a flag in the middle and maybe something, a barrier that it had to be pulled across. Now, if you've ever done that yourself, and you kind of grab that rope and you kind of feel the tension, and when you feel another group of people getting ready to pull on that there's no way that you can handle that burden alone. And you begin to pull and you begin to tuggle, and then whoever the official says go, and it is you and your team that pull that rope across. And I hope you had the advantage of either winning a couple rounds of a tug of war, but you definitely know what it feels to lose when that other friend pulls you so far over the line and so quickly. You go, man, if I could just have that strength on my side. And that's what it's like when we're able to give what we have, and that surrender and that burden and that tension to God is when we pull on that rope, or when He stands by and He pulls with us, we know we cannot lose. But it's when we try to do it by ourselves that they pull us all the way across the room. An example is a mother has been carrying the weight of her family single-handedly. Single moms that try to do this, right? Year in and year out. For 3 years, every need, every crisis, every decision, every fear, she has absorbed it all without asking for help and without releasing any of it to God. She has been strong, she has been faithful, and she has been completely depleted in everything that she has. And you've probably heard a mom say that before: I cannot do this anymore. Then one evening, a complete exhaustion, she simply stops managing, stops controlling, stops holding everything together, and says, and looks up, and you've seen that moment in your life probably, and surrenders that entire weight to God in prayer. She does not know how anything is going to work out, but for the first time in 3 years, she wakes up in the morning with something she had forgotten was available to her. Strength did not manufacture itself. It just renewed, restored, and was ready. Not because her circumstances changed. She still had the same kids. She still had the same responsibilities. She still had to be able to take care of her family. But because she finally let God carry what was never designed for her to carry alone, her world began to open up. There have been seasons, I tell you, in my life when I was running completely on empty. Not because I was not praying, because I was. Not because I wasn't working. I was working so hard, trying to figure this out on my own, working sometimes 3 jobs. I can remember the weekends where I would deliver pizzas, and in the evenings after school, I would go to the fitness place, and I was a personal trainer. And by day, I was a teacher. And I was working so very hard, and I was trying to be faithful. I was showing up at church on Sundays, and I thought if I just showed up, but I'd never surrendered, because I was holding on to things God had been asking me to release. Outcomes I was trying to control, relationships I was trying to fix, and futures I was trying to engineer. Timeless was trying to endless, right? Futures I was trying to engineer, timelines that I was trying to manage. And the holding on was costing me everything. And I ask you today, as we're talking about this and doing this, what are you holding on to that you need to surrender today? Because it was in the moment that I truly surrendered, not in the performance of the surrender, but the actual release. God met me with renewal that I could not have produced on my own. He does not renew what we grip. He renews what we release. So what's happening here in our minds when we get to release, right? Research in stress psychology shows that the act of psychological surrender, releasing the need to control the outcome, I don't got this. I don't have this. I need some help. Whether you're just asking God or you're asking your fellow friends, and man, when you surrender that fact that you can't do it on your own, it produces measurable reduction in the cortisol and activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which governs the body's rest and restoration function. Studies on perceived control show that when people release the illusion of control over uncontrollable situations, their brain's stress response decreases significantly, freeing up cognitive and emotional resources for recovery, creativity, and forward movement. What God calls surrender, neuroscience calls adaptive coping, and both confirm that release is the pathway to renewal. So what's happening today, our heart condition is God does not renew what you hold on to, He renews what you surrender. What you have been carrying in your own strength that God has been waiting for you to surrender in Him. Write down everything you have been trying to control. And the only reason you're writing it down is because we want you to be able to release it, right? I want you to be able to, one exercise that I love to do is write down everything that I'm trying to control, ball it up and throw it away and say, I can't do it no more. Let me get some help. Or manage to carry on your one by one each item up to God. You can say one by one, or you can ball the whole thing up. Speak these words, Lord, I release these to you. I trust you with more than I trust myself. Then physically set the list down as an act of surrender and leave it there. I'm not even leaving it there. I'm balling it up and I'm throwing it away. The things that I know I cannot do myself. So our prayer for today is, Father, I'm tired of carrying what I was never designed to carry alone. It's one of our intentions every day. Let me surrender what I cannot carry. Today I surrender and then concentrate on what He's given me to steward. Right? Today I surrender not just in words, but in my will. I release every outcome for fear, every time, and every burden I have been holding in my own strength. Renew me as only you can. I choose to hope in you. And I say this, amen. May you soar today on the wings of a surrender that releases what you have been carrying and receives the renewal only God can give. Our question today is, what have you been carrying in your own strength that is depleting you? Write it down. What would genuine surrender look like? Not performance, but real release. Look like in your life today? What does that look like? How do you do that? Beyond the words that you say, what is a physical gesture like balling up a list and throwing away that you can do? How has surrendering something in God in the past season produced renewal that you could have not manufactured stuff? And it's good to reflect on what has worked in the past. If you've never done it before, let's do it now and then reflect on it. But if you have, how did it work and what did you do? I'm going to put those questions in the chat. They are there now for you as we think about how we're going to live it. You were not designed to carry this alone. Not the worry, not the fear, not the unanswered questions, not the uncertain outcomes, not the weight of your people's choices, not the pressure of your future that you cannot control. God is not asking you to figure it out. He's asking you to give it up. Surrender today, not the performance of surrender, the real thing. Release it completely and receive what only God can give to the light that finally lets go. Strength that does not run out, peace that does not make sense, and renewal that no amount or effort could have produced. Let it go today so that you can soar. Let it, whatever's on your wings, brush them off, give them to somebody else, and fly like an eagle. All right, now